All right, guys, let's get started with connecting these EC2 instances to our SSH dashboard. Now let's just have this, oh, sorry, not removed, but then duplicated. So right click and duplicate the same, and then duplicate it one more time. So you have 3 instances here. So let's just edit the first instance right now, and then change the public IP address. To remember, when you shut it down, you're going to change this public IP address. The public IP address would change definitely, and you need to make sure that you modify it. So I'm just going to make it kube-control. So kube-control over here for the EC2 user, and just okay. And then I'm going to modify the second one over here. And I'm going to say the second one IP address, second one as in like the compute plane 1. And then I'm going to change this to kube-compute1. I'm going to remove that 1 in the end. There you go. And then the next one I'm editing. I'm changing this to this particular guy over here. And I'm just going to change this IP address here, then the bookmark as well, with kube-compute2. And then just click OK. And that should be like, you should have all these 3 systems now. So you have control plane, compute plane, compute plane. So you have the 3 systems. Let's just get this loaded. So it's like accept. And there you go. I think I've screwed up a little bit. I'm not sure if I've selected the key. Just give me a second. Let me verify this. It's using Docker Kube. Yeah, it pretty much uses Docker Kube everywhere. So not sure where it went wrong. So let me just try it again. With edit session, so just like the same Docker Kube PPK file. I'm just thinking what could have gone wrong because it says like public key. I'm just checking the security group. The other thing you can check is the security group over here to see if the security group has gone through, and the 22 port number, as you can see, is open and from anywhere. So that's pretty much what I wanted to check, and that is perfect. So I have the 22 port number as well. So I'm not really sure what went wrong here. So just give me some time. I'll troubleshoot and get back to you. All right, I think I've got the problem, what it is. So I'm just going to launch it. I just made a typo somewhere, so that's the reason. Now in here, I've given this type, type is SSH, I've given it correctly, but not really sure what exactly is happening, but there is some kind of issue on the inbound rule, I was guessing, but, oh, wow, so it was done correctly. And SSH traffic is allowed, inbound allowed, everywhere else. So I'm not really sure what the problem is. I'm just gonna check it more and get back to you. Well, so I think the problem is the username. So I'm using Debian operating system, so the username must be different. It's not EC2 anymore. So let's just connect to this instance and then see the username. Yeah, Ubuntu is the username. Perfect. So this is the problem, guys. Sorry about that. Never used Ubuntu on this particular EC2 machine. So yeah, I used Debian and not Ubuntu. So yeah, there you go. So now let's just give it a try. And there you go. It works fine. So now I'm just going to connect to compute 1 and compute 2. Sorry about this stupid mistake. I know that it's not that, yeah, there you go. So it's working fine. So I've opened multi-console view over here on the Mobaxstim. And now this is pretty useful in terms of like configuring or running commands in multiple windows. It's pretty useful for you to work with it. Firstly, we need to do some modifications around this so that we can identify what is what. The one thing we can identify from here is this one, but then the host name should also go with this, whatever we are doing right now. So you can actually do some preparations for you to install Kubernetes and Containerd and Docker on this Ubuntu machine, which is really required for you to have the Kubernetes working. But before that, we need to prepare the system. So that is what the other part of this video, the other leg of this video is going to cover. So firstly, I'm just going to give ifconfig. Okay, so there is no net tools over here. So firstly, I'm going to update this Ubuntu to the latest packages. So for that, I'm going to run this command, which is sudo apt-get update. Now this is going to take some time. So this is going to get our system updated to the latest stuff. So it's going to take some time for this to get updated. It's completed on one server. So let's just go ahead and do the other changes which we are supposed to do. The first thing we need to do here is to turn off the swap space, because swap space is not good for your Kubernetes. So do remember that I'm increasing the font size. I know your mind voice that you're not able to see this properly. I totally get it. So I'm just going to increase the font size to a level that it can accommodate the screen size as well. All right. So now that it's done, sudo swap off -a. Sorry about that. I didn't. Yeah, it just came naturally. All right, so now I have turned off sudo on all these three systems. So that's the first checklist or first item on my checklist, which needs to be done. Now we can add these IP addresses. Like firstly, we need to see if these servers can communicate with each other using internal IP addresses. So you see over here is the internal IP addresses over here. There are two IP addresses to this particular system. So I'll just tell you that one over here. As you can see over here, details. One is the public IP address and the public, public DNS name over here. Now, do remember that this changes, as I told you, every time you restart the machine. Sometimes when you restart these virtual servers, or you turn off and turn on, then it's definitely going to have a different IP address. So you may need to modify this every single time. That's a bit load of work, unless and until you have elastic IP assigned to this. So it won't change because they're going to charge you for that. And this elastic IP will be over here, and you can directly access it through the elastic IP, even though the public IP changes. And here is the private IP address, which doesn't change if you shut down or stop your virtual server. But if you terminate it, of course, it's everything here is gone. So that's an exception. So now the private IP address is this one, 195, 197, 54, 197, and then 51, 166. So if you see that the same IP address series, so this is where we have given access with this 172 series, 172.31 series. /16 CIDR. This is the same group we have accessed in terms of you can remember that we have given this source inbound, right? So this is the complete local IP addresses of Amazon Web Services. So that's pretty much what I'm going to talk about. And this is the okay. So 172.31, 51, 166. There's no communication here because we have not added ICMP as part of our communication methods. So we have we have given certain IP addresses certain port numbers, but not ICMP. ICMP is a port number which enables you to do ping. So this particular IP address is not inbound connection. So, sorry, this particular port number, which is ICMP, is not configured as inbound, so that's why the ping is not reachable. But when you start your Kubernetes configuration integrated, you will see that it's communicating between each other because you have enabled specific port numbers to communicate it with. So that way, it's going to work. So first things first, we will do a sudo vi etc hosts. So this file is going to hold your host entries, and I'm gonna put these host entries for each of the server. So I'm gonna take these IP address from here. So I'm sorry, it's just like way too clicky. First one, internal IP address, private IP address is this one. And then this is the control plane, and this is the compute plane 1. And then the compute plane 2. So I'm going to make it as compute plane 2. One. Control plane. Okay, so now I have the IP address sorted. Now I need to copy this and put it on all these systems now here on all these servers so that they know each other. Oh my God. All right, save it with this file. All right, so now save it with this file as well. Now, there's another file which you can actually edit the host name. This file. So you can see that host name is hard-coded in here. So you can change this to compute plane and control plane over here as well. So you just need a sudo permission for this. So now you can change this to control plane. Save and quit this file. And then here, compute plane option 1, save and quit this file. And then compute plane 2, save and quit this file. So now you have changed the host name. So you can change the host name, which is getting displayed like this with this command host name. And then you can give control plane. So this, whatever changes you made in this file requires a restart. Yeah, right. And this, when you do it like this, you don't really need a restart. So you can just do it like this. Plane 1. And then same goes for this one as well. So you can log in, or you can sudo su, and then you can log off. Oh, okay, so you can sudo su. I'll tell you another way. And then you can su to Ubuntu user. Now you will see the new names popping up. Yeah, so now you should see the new name popping up over here. So you have control plane, you have compute plane 1, and you have compute plane 2 over here. So now we have the host names sorted on our user IDs, and without a restart, that's a good thing actually. and you have the worker 1, worker 2, worker control plane communication going on over here. So this is a good thing for us. So let's on the next video we will do more preparation towards getting your kube control installed. So this is just a preparation for us. So in the next video we will install the next important thing, which is your container D. We will configure the container D. We have some errors from container D. We will try to resolve that before we get to that. And we will be installing some of the requirements for you to have kube control installed, and then we will install kube control and then get on with other things. Thank you again for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one.